I confronted her. She said like, "No, we broke up already. I just forgot to change my profile picture and everything. I just didn't update it yet." And of course, she took both opportunities and went for 2 hookups. So yeah. And of course she did. She went back to the hotel. She went to look through the trash. But of course my friends didn't tell her that they already found the watch from the trash. That this girl was also texting the other guy of the group. And actually she just snuck out to the room to go to the other guy's room in the morning. They actually went to the parking lot. They started like doing the business. They came back and then 5 minutes after they were finished. What's up guys? Good afternoon from Colipe Island. I'm here at Sunrise Beach at Colipe, the 6th most beautiful beach in the world. And I thought this is a good time to finish the second part of the video, top 10 craziest Thai girl stories. So yeah, the top 5 I'm gonna bring from Colipe. I made the top 5 already in Bangkok, but I forgot some stories. That's why the video took a little bit longer to make. So I'm gonna bring it to you from Colipe, as I don't have any party videos coming since I'm on a little break for 5 days. So let's get it guys. On number 5 I have a story which is my personal experience. It's about a relationship I had, dating. It was the second serious dating experience I had in Thailand since I arrived. So my second girlfriend I had in Thailand, I was still pretty new. I was in Thailand maybe for 4 months, I don't remember. And I met a really nice, cute girl on Tinder. I really liked her so much. She was like perfect for me. She was so cute. And we started dating and everything went well. And after a month or something, I usually like add people I'm close with on Facebook because I use Messenger to text people. And so I asked her if I could add her on Facebook. So that's what I did. We were in a restaurant and I told her usually when I'm close to somebody I add them on Facebook. So I asked her, can I add you on Facebook? And she said like, oh no, I'd rather not, because Facebook, I keep Facebook for my close friends and family, and I don't really like add people to Facebook. It's very private. So that time I didn't really think much of it, but I did think it was a little bit weird, you know. So after a couple of days I kept thinking about it a little bit, and then one day when I was back home in the evening, I had nothing to do, I was searching her name on Facebook and I couldn't find anything. So I found that like pretty weird, you know. So what I did after was I asked a friend of mine, could you type her name in Facebook and see what you find? So that's what he did, and of course he found her profile on Facebook. And what I found out was that on her Facebook profile she had a profile picture and a cover picture with another guy, a guy who lived in England, in Europe, and he was her boyfriend, her long distance boyfriend. So obviously while the guy is back home, she's in a relationship with him. She is dating other men who are living in Thailand because probably she's bored, or who knows, maybe try to find somebody better, I don't know. So after I found that out, I kept digging a little bit deeper. I confronted her. She said like, "No, we broke up already. I just forgot to change my profile picture and everything. I just didn't update it yet." So I kept digging a little bit deeper, and I found the guy's Instagram profile, and there everything was still about her, pictures with him and her. So then I definitely know like, okay, they're still in a relationship and she's just cheating on him with me. So we ended up breaking up. I continued my life but I liked her a lot. So after 2 months after we broke up, we still had like a little bit of contact. I still met her like once in a while. And then one time I was in a nightclub and I met some Dutch guy, and we got talking, and eventually we figured out that he was dating her now. So this Dutch guy was her new boyfriend now. And I was thinking, okay, what time did you start dating her? Because I was still meeting her sometimes after we broke up. And then he said, oh, we started dating in November. And there was one time I met her in a club in December and we kissed and everything. And some guy took a story, and I still had that story on my phone. And he didn't believe me, because apparently she told like a lot of bad stuff about her ex, so about me, to him, all stuff that's not true. So he didn't believe me. And then of course when I showed a video of me and her kissing in December when they were already together, he was obviously like devastated. And then we started talking about her more. I told him that she still has an English boyfriend. You can check her Facebook profile, and and as you may expect, she still had the guy in her profile picture and everything. So she was still dating the guy who was living in Europe while she had a new boyfriend in Thailand. So I told him everything. And then we started talking about other stuff, like the things she told him and the things she told me. And she lied to him about her age because the guy was very young. She said she was 22, actually she was 28. There were other things that she lied about. She told him, oh, I never showered with a guy before, I never done this with a guy before. And those were all things that she told me as well. So yeah, all in all, the girl was fucking crazy, man. Like lying about everything, every single thing, dating multiple guys at the same time. And then to conclude the story, to this day, she's still together with that guy from England who probably doesn't know anything. So yeah, that's story number 5, story from my own experience. Be careful when dating Thai girls, especially when you go back to your home country, because most of them, they're not sitting still, guys. Life goes on for them, and chances are she's just dating another man. So keep that in mind. Story number 5. Let's move on to story number 4. So story number 4 is another hookup story. Also a very crazy story in my opinion. So one time I met up with a girl from Tinder, and we talked a little bit, and she came back from America. She said she was visiting family, so I didn't really think much of it. Then after we met up and we had fun together, after that I told my friends about the girl that I met, and my friend said, oh, I know her. One of his friends hooked up with her before she went to America. So okay, I didn't think much of it. I thought another Eskimo brother. All the expats in Bangkok are probably Eskimo brothers with at least one girl. So I didn't think much of it. And then later I find out that by watching her stories and by looking at her profile that she went to America to visit her boyfriend. Her boyfriend paid for her trip to America to visit him, and they were gonna get married and everything. And they met online, and she didn't live in Bangkok. She came straight from Isan, from the villages, somewhere in Ubon. That's where she was from Ubon Ratchathani, somewhere there in the province, not the city but the villages. So the guy paid for everything, her trip to America. But before, she had the great idea. When she went to Bangkok to take her flight, she stayed in Bangkok one night. Let's hook up with a guy one night. Then she went to Bangkok. Then she went to America, meet her future husband. Came back, stayed in Bangkok again one night. Let's hook up with another guy. So yeah, the poor guy who paid for the whole trip for his future wife. Little did he know what she was doing. She had 2 opportunities to meet other foreigners in Bangkok, 2 days, one before she left and one after she came back. And of course she took both opportunities and went for 2 hookups. So yeah, be careful guys, you never know what you're dealing with, because these girls always look so cute and innocent. So yeah, that was story number 4. Let's move on to story number 3. So the next 3 stories are pretty much equally crazy in my opinion. So in no preferable rank, I think all of the 3 stories I'm about to tell now are pretty crazy in their own right. So story number 3 is from one of my close friends. I will not tell any names, but he was on a visa run to Laos, and they stopped in Udon Thani at the border with Laos to have a fun night there, to party there for a night. So that's what they did. They rented a hotel room together. My friend and his friend, they stayed in the same hotel room to make it cheap. So they went out together, and my close friend, he met up with a girl in the party area. He took her home to her hotel, and she had a motorbike accident a few days ago, so she was wearing some bandages, but she didn't have any visible problems with walking or anything. Everything was fine. She just had some bandages on her leg. And then when they came home, the girl, she asked money from my friend. And of course me and my friend don't do this, we don't pay for girls. So my friend said, no, like, I didn't think you were working, I'm not paying for any companionship. So he told her, if you want money then you can leave. So the girl, she pretended to leave the room, and she pretended to have a lot of pain in her leg, you know. She pretended she couldn't walk, looked with like a puppy face to my friend, pretended she was so hurt. And my friend, like, he just looked at her and like thinking, what are you doing, you know, I know your leg is fine. So then she realized my friend was not gonna say anything, and then she just spun around 360 degrees. She said, okay, fine, I'm gonna stay. So then she decided to stay. She didn't want any money after all, so she spent the night with my friend. They had their fun, and then in the middle of the night, the other friend, who was also out partying, came back to the hotel room, went to sleep as well. And then in the morning they woke up, and to the other guy, his surprise, his watch was missing. So they kept looking in the room trying to find the watch. Of course they already had an idea that probably the girl stole the watch. So they asked her to search her bag, but they didn't find anything. But then eventually they were going to the trash, and my friend, he found the watch at the bottom of the trash. He didn't tell the girl that they found it, but they said to the girl, oh, the watch is only worth like $5, you know, it's probably worth nothing. And then she pretended to start helping to look for it. So the girl, she went in the bed, she started praying with her chain, praying to Buddha to find the chain, saying all crazy chants and pretending to help. And then after she did that, my friend already had the watch, but like he wanted to see her reaction. He went to the trash. He said he opened the trash, he looked at it, he said, oh, the watch is not here either. The girl, she didn't say anything. So after that they closed the trash, and they put the trash outside. They leave the hotel, they said goodbye to the girl, and then they all left. But me and my friend and the other guy, they kept hiding like behind a corner to see if she would come back to find the watch in the trash. And of course she did. She went back to the hotel, she went to look through the trash, but of course my friends didn't tell her that they already found the watch from the trash. So yeah, the girl went to the trash, she found nothing, so she probably didn't understand it either. So yeah, that was one funny story of a crazy girl in Udon Thani. And also You should also always be careful when keeping valuable stuff in your room. But normally stuff like this doesn't happen much. I never had something stolen from my room before, so but still always have to be careful. And something you can learn from this funny story, which ended well, luckily. So moving on to the second story. Story number 2 also takes place in Isan. A group of my friends, 5 guys. I didn't go on this trip, but 5 of my friends, they went on a big trip through Isan. They rented a car and went from city to city. And they found themselves in Udon Thani again, party city of Isan. So in Udon Thani, they were all playing Tinder before they go out to find girls they can go party with. So naturally, a lot of the girls that they matched were all the same girls, you know. So a lot of the guys were texting the same girls. Not too many young, beautiful girls are interested in foreigners there. So most of them were texting the same girls. So some of the girls, they went with the guys, they went out together, and one of my friends took the girl home. And in the morning, the girl said, sorry, I have to leave. I have to go to school, I have to take an exam. So she left the room. But little did my friend know that this girl was also texting the other guy of the group. And actually she just snuck out to the room to go to the other guy's room in the morning and spend some time with him. Sorry, just got interrupted by my girlfriend there in the background. So what was I saying? So yeah, she didn't actually go to school. She just was texting with the other guy, sneaked out of the room and went to his room in the morning. And this actually caused like a big fight between my friends. In the end it was all fine, but at the moment, yeah, my friend who took her home in the first place was very jealous, and they fought about it for a couple of days. So, but in the end, yeah, they can laugh about it now. So another crazy story from Thai girls, and this time again in Isan. So don't think the girls the provincial girls are the innocent ones, because most of my crazy stories come from the provinces. So keep that in mind as well. In the meantime, this little guy keeps following me around everywhere. So time for story number 1, and this is definitely the craziest one and the worst thing I've seen so far living in Thailand for almost 3 years. And the story goes like this. One of my best friends, he had a pretty big condo in Bangkok, and he had a spare room, and he met some guy who wanted to rent his room, rent a spare bedroom. So they were not really close friends, but yeah, they became friends because they lived together pretty much. But the other guy was just renting out his spare room, so they were getting pretty close anyway because they were living together. And New Year's was around the corner, and they knew each other for about a month. So you can say they're pretty close, because if you live together with somebody for 1 month, you're pretty close, right? And we were starting to form like a little bit of a friend group during that time, and we were all going out together for New Year's. So this guy that was renting a room, he kind of was dating a girl. They were like dating, almost boyfriend girlfriend, and she was going to join the New Year's celebrations as well. So we were going to be like a big group of people going out for New Year's together. But the guy who rented the room, he was going to another party as well, so he would join later. He would join around 1 a.m. after the festivities. So we all went out together, my best friend, some other guys, some other girls, and the guy who rented the room would join later. And one of my best friends started clicking really well with the girl that was dating the guy who rented the room. So after some drinks and after partying and then New Year happening and the fireworks and shit, they started kissing, you know. So I already was thinking like, oh my god, this is gonna be drama, drama, drama. And then it became so much worse. They actually went to the parking lot. They started like doing the business. They came back, and then 5 minutes after they were finished, her boyfriend came to the party. The guy who was renting his room came back to the party, and he of course didn't know anything. And like the girl pretended like nothing happened. My friend pretended like nothing happened, and we just continued the night, you know. And then the girl confessed. Maybe she felt bad, I don't know. And the guy of course was devastated. My friend still ended up taking the girl back home. My friend went to sleep with the girl in her apartment, because of course my friend and the guy who rented the room were like fighting a little bit. So yeah, my friend did the business again with her at her apartment. And then the worst part of all is the next day, the guy who rented the room planned the trip with her to Pattaya, and everything was paid already. So that guy still had to go travel with the girl who did that to him the next day, and they still went on that trip, which is crazy to me, you know. So yeah, in my opinion, that's one of the craziest things I've seen. Like, how unloyal and unrespectful can you be? It's like the biggest disrespect I've ever seen. Like, you know your boyfriend gonna join later the night, and then you go like do the business with some random guy you just met this day in the parking lot. Like, come on, how bad of a person can you be? So this, in my opinion, is the craziest thing I've seen a Thai girl do. So with that said, that was my top 5. There's still a lot of other stories I have, and probably a lot of other stories I forgot. And maybe I will make another video of crazy stories in the future. But for now, these were my top 10. If you didn't see number 10 until number 6, then go watch that one first. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will sign off from this beautiful beach in Koh Lipe, and I will see you guys again next week when the parties continue in Bangkok. So talk to you guys later. Bye bye.